Today, we're celebrating a truly dazzling moment for Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Yes, you heard that right, Meghan is gracing the homepage of British Vogue. This Monday, October 6, 2025, British Vogue highlighted Meghan in a feature titled 11 of Meghan Markle's Best Little Black Dress Moments, written by Emily Chan. And let me tell you, this feature isn't just about fashion. It's about Meghan's enduring influence, her timeless style, and the grace that continues to capture the world's attention. Now, what makes this moment so powerful is the timing. Meghan recently turned heads in Paris during Fashion Week, where she made a surprise appearance at Balenciaga's Spring-Summer 2026 show. And just days later, British Vogue places her front and centre on their homepage, a full-circle moment that cements her as not only a fashion icon, but a woman who embodies confidence and evolution. But before we dive deeper into this celebration, let's take a moment to appreciate the significance of British Vogue itself. This isn't just any fashion publication, this is the publication. British Vogue has been the arbiter of style, culture and sophistication for over a century. To be featured on their homepage isn't simply recognition, it's validation from the fashion world's most prestigious voice. And here's what's particularly striking about this feature, the reverence in Vogue's approach. Emily Chan's piece isn't a fleeting trend report or a superficial slideshow. It's a curated celebration of Meghan's fashion evolution, a testament to her staying power in an industry that's notoriously fickle. Vogue is essentially saying, Meghan Markle's style matters, her choices resonate, her influence endures. Think about that for a moment. In a media landscape that has often been unkind to Meghan, here's British Vogue, one of the most respected fashion authorities in the world, choosing to honour her aesthetic legacy. They're not just acknowledging her fashion sense, they're celebrating her cultural impact. Every photo showcased in the article tells a story. From her early Hollywood days to her modern Duchess era, Meghan's fashion journey reflects her personal growth, understated yet commanding, sophisticated yet effortlessly relatable. Each look carries her signature mix of elegance and authenticity. Let's talk about what makes Meghan's approach to the little black dress so revolutionary. The LBD, as it's known in fashion circles, has been a wardrobe staple since Coco Chanel popularized it in the 1920s. It's supposed to be simple, classic, timeless. But Meghan, she's elevated it into something more, a canvas for self-expression, a symbol of modern femininity, a quiet rebellion against excessive opulence. When Meghan wears a little black dress, she's not trying to disappear into the background. She's making a statement about confidence, about knowing exactly who you are and not needing embellishments to prove it. That's powerful. That's intentional. And British Vogue recognises this mastery. The feature highlights 11 distinct moments, and what's fascinating is the range. We see Meghan in sleek, tailored silhouettes that speak to her corporate sophistication. We see her in flowing, romantic cuts that reveal her softer side. We see structured architectural pieces that demonstrate her fashion-forward thinking. Each dress is different, yet they all feel unmistakably Meghan. British Vogue doesn't just show us the dresses, they contextualise them. They remind us of the moments, the galas, the premieres, the royal engagements, the charity events. Each appearance was more than just a photo opportunity. It was Meghan using fashion as a form of communication, sending messages about her values, her priorities, her identity. And let's be honest, being featured by British Vogue isn't just about the clothes. It's a recognition of influence. It's a nod to Meghan's cultural impact, her ability to inspire women to own their narrative, and her continued relevance even as she redefines royal expectations on her own terms. This feature comes at a particularly meaningful time. Meghan has faced years of scrutiny, criticism, and often unfair media treatment. Yet here she is, still standing, still influential, still captivating the fashion world's most discerning eyes. British Vogue's decision to spotlight her isn't accidental. It's a statement of support from an institution that shapes global style conversations. What's also worth noting is how Vogue frames Meghan's Paris Fashion Week appearance. They don't treat it as an isolated incident or a publicity stunt. Instead, they weave it into the larger narrative of her fashion journey, showing how her surprise appearance at Balenciaga fits perfectly into her established aesthetic philosophy. Paris Fashion Week is fashion's most sacred ground. It's where designers unveil their most ambitious visions, where industry legends sit front row, where global media descends to document every moment. And Meghan walked into that space with her characteristic poise, wearing a look that was both contemporary and classic, exactly what we've come to expect from her. British Vogue captured this perfectly in their coverage. They understood that Meghan's Paris moment wasn't about seeking attention. It was about a woman who genuinely loves fashion, who respects the craft, who wants to engage with the industry on her own terms. And the industry responded with enthusiasm. It's also worth noting the tone of the feature: positive, respectful, and celebratory. Gone are the tabloid distortions. This is mainstream fashion media acknowledging Meghan for what she truly represents: poise, strength, and undeniable star power. Emily Chan's writing reflects this shift beautifully. There's admiration in every sentence, appreciation for Meghan's aesthetic choices, recognition of her influence on contemporary style. Vogue isn't hedging or qualifying their praise, they're fully, unabashedly celebrating her. That's significant. In the fashion industry, reputation is everything. When British Vogue puts their considerable prestige behind someone, they're making a declaration. This person matters, this person's style deserves to be studied. This person represents something important in our cultural moment. As Vogue beautifully captures it, Meghan's style transcends trends. It's timeless, minimalist, and deeply intentional. She's not just wearing fashion, she's using it as a statement of confidence and identity. This is what separates fashion consumers from fashion icons. Anyone can buy designer clothes, but true icons use clothing as a language, as a tool for sale, expression, as a way to communicate their values without saying a word. Meghan has mastered this art. Think about some of her most memorable little black dress moments that Vogue highlights. There's the elegant simplicity that speaks to her refined taste. There's the modern edge that shows she's not trapped in traditional expectations. There's the sophisticated glamour that reminds us she's a global figure. Each look serves a purpose, tells a story, reinforces her brand. And here's something crucial that British Vogue implicitly acknowledges: Meghan's influence extends far beyond what she wears. When she steps out in a dress, it sells out within hours. When she champions a designer, their profile elevates. When she demonstrates a styling technique, women around the world take note. That's not just popularity. That's genuine fashion influence. So whether it's the iconic black Givenchy dress she wore in 2018 or her more contemporary Paris looks, one thing is clear: Meghan continues to set the standard for modern elegance. Let's talk about legacy for a moment. Fashion is ephemeral by nature. What's trendy today is dated tomorrow. But certain style icons transcend these cycles. Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly, Diana, Princess of Wales. These women didn't just wear clothes, they defined eras, influenced generations, created lasting aesthetic blueprints. British Vogue's feature suggests that Meghan is joining this pantheon. By dedicating an entire feature to her little black dress moments, by placing her on their homepage, by celebrating her fashion journey with such care and attention, Vogue is saying, Meghan Markle's style will endure. It will be studied. It will be remembered. That's not a small thing. That's recognition of historical significance. What I find most beautiful about this moment is the full circle nature of it. Remember, Meghan Guest edited British Vogue's September 2019 issue, the Forces for Change edition. It was groundbreaking, featuring women making a difference in the world, focusing on substance over superficiality. That edition was met with both praise and criticism, as anything Meghan does tends to be. But looking back now, it was visionary. It demonstrated Meghan's understanding of fashion's power as a platform for meaningful conversations, her desire to use her influence for positive change. Now, in 2025, British Vogue is celebrating her again, not for what she's trying to change, but for who she is. They're honouring her style, her consistency, her enduring appeal. It feels like validation, like vindication, like the fashion establishment saying, we see you, we appreciate you, we celebrate you. This feature also speaks to something larger, the evolution of how we talk about Meghan in media spaces. For too long, the narrative around her has been fraught with controversy, speculation, and often unfair criticism. But pieces like this British Vogue feature represent a shift. More and more, we're seeing mainstream publications focus on what Meghan actually contributes, her philanthropy, her advocacy, her business ventures, and yes, her undeniable style. We're moving away from tabloid gossip and towards substantive recognition of her accomplishments and influence. British Vogue, by choosing to celebrate Meghan's fashion legacy, is participating in this shift. They're using their platform to say, let's appreciate this woman for her actual impact, for her genuine contributions to style and culture. So here's to Meghan Markle, Duchess, fashion muse, and global icon making headlines once again for all the right reasons. This British Vogue feature isn't just about 11 dresses. It's about recognition, validation, and celebration. It's about a woman who has weathered storms with grace and emerged still influential, still relevant, still captivating the world's attention. It's about fashion's most prestigious publication looking at Meghan's journey and saying, this matters, this is worth celebrating, this is style worth studying. And honestly, it's long overdue. Meghan has been setting trends and inspiring women for years. It's wonderful to see British Vogue give her the flowers she deserves, to celebrate her aesthetic contributions without qualification or caveat. As we move forward, I hope we see more of this, more recognition of Meghan's positive impact, more celebration of her accomplishments, more appreciation for the grace and dignity she brings to everything she does. If you love this moment as much as we did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the Sussex world. Drop a comment below and let me know your favourite Meghan little black dress moment. I'd love to hear from you.